Hey, Michael from Ultimate Mordecai. Hey, I, I saw your video the other day where you were talking in Psalms, and you were saying that, um, you were talking about where David was talking about following the commandments. It was either David or Asaph, and you said, but we don't have to follow the commandments, and that's not true, brother. That's not true. The law and the commandments are different, and I know you experienced some trauma in the Jehovah's Witnesses religion, and you maybe when people try to correct you, or when the word corrects you, I think it you get upset, because of maybe what happened in the past, but nevertheless, Mike, you're a teacher. You're a teacher on you've taken this position online, and people are listening to you and following you, and um, I love you, brother. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't be doing this, because loving somebody is is correcting them, so that so to give them an opportunity. That's what because the day of the Lord is happening, and you're gonna have to account for everything. Everything that you speak is being written down, and this the tribulation period is for a reason. But here in the New Testament, I'll go in the New Testament since you like the New Testament a lot. My dear friends, at a time when I was eagerly looking forward to writing to you about the salvation that we all share, I have been forced to write to you now and appeal to you to fight hard for the faith which has been once and for all entrusted to the saints. Certain people have infiltrated among you, and they are the ones you had a warning about in writing long ago, when they were condemned for denying all religion, turning the grace of our God into immorality, and rejecting our only Master, the Lord Jesus Christ. See, what they mean by saying denying all religion is that, they're saying, okay, we all the apostles and Jesus, and they told them, the Jews, what the Jews are doing bad, but some people thought any type of structure or commandment or a type of framework to follow God to help stay on that narrow path was bad, and that's exactly what you do, and you're very good at preaching grace, but you got if you're going to be a teacher, you got to be able to teach it all, man. You can't just say half truth and then the other half not true, because that's the same thing. What's the difference between that and Satan? Satan does that too. He'll give you 80% of the truth and 20% poison and lies. Nevertheless, these people are doing the same in their delusions. They not only defile their bodies, this is Jude, by the way, they not only defile their bodies and disregard authority, but abuse the glorious angels as well. May they get what they deserve, because they have because they have followed Cain. They have rushed to make the same mistake as Balaam. Balaam was the donkey. Balaam beat the donkey. And the donkey is the ass. How Jesus rode in on the donkey. And the people who followed Jesus, have followed the way, have often been referred to as a donkey in the scriptures. It's like a little hidden meaning, because everybody thinks that they're an ass because of what they say to people, when really they're doing exactly, they're following the way. For the same reward, they have rebelled just as Korah did, and share the same fate. So, yeah, man, Michael, I love you, I love you, but, I love you, and I hope you don't think, some people get really sensitive with correction, and that's called the spirit of offense. and that's a spirit that is on most people, and it prohibits them from their spiritual growth. So in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I bind the spirit of offense that is upon you, Michael. And see here in Isaiah, I was led to this. It says, therefore on one day the Lord cut off from Israel head and tail, palm frond and reed. So the palm frond's the top, the reed is the bottom. The aged and the honored are the head. Okay, those are the people that follow the people with old spirits. And the honored are the head, and the prophets who give false instruction are the tail. That's what you're doing right now. See, if somebody came to me saying this stuff, I would look at the word, and if what they were saying was in the word, I don't get offended, and I adjust so that I can do better, so that I'm serving the Lord. So the Lord is going to cut off the head and the tail. Those who guide this people have led them astray, and those who follow their guidance are engulfed. That is why the Lord showed no mercy to their youth. And see, that's why the Lord has appointed me to tell these prophets or teachers, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube, so that it's a verbal warning for them, because the day of the Lord is coming, and there's going to be a lot of destruction. The only people that really are going to make it seems like, I'm pretty sure, is the people that are written in the book of life. I think 144,000, right? Those are going to be the ones to go in the millennial kingdom. But if it's something interesting over here on one side, a man is eating his fill but yet remains hungry. On another, a man is devouring but is not satisfied. Each feed on his own children's flesh. No one spares his own brother. Now listen to this, Michael. Manasseh and Ephraim and Manasseh, together they are against Judah. Now Ephraim and Manasseh made up the tribes, were part of the tribes that were serving Saul. And Saul, when Saul was king, there was some not good stuff going on, and he didn't follow the Lord fully like he should have. And Judah was what the tribe that David was from, and Judah was doing stuff to certain. Now, of course, he wasn't perfect, but Saul had really bad stuff. He fell into a lot of bad things and completely turned away from God. And Judah was more known, their tribe was more known for following the way of the Lord and being holy. And so, in these end times in Isaiah, it talks about what is happening, between, what I'm saying and what you're saying, and Tim Henderson and Benjamin David. It's the Ephraim and Manasseh way. You guys have kind of turned and twisted and torted, the scriptures, and chose not to follow them, because you guys, just don't. This is what I'm want to say. Just when you realize that you were wrong, when these end times things happen, just don't get so upset that you sell out, Michael. Just realize what you did wrong. If you're not gonna take this advice, just realize what you did wrong when you do, and just do whatever needs to be done. Do whatever the Lord's calling you to do. So anyway, I love you, brother, and God bless.